Good morning. It is January 8th, 2017, and this is Christine Berg and Wes Berg.
Hello.
And we're going to do, and Jackson Berg. And we're going to do tarot card of the day. So Wes is shuffling, or you've shuffled.
I have shuffled.
And Wes is picking the card of the day.
Blam.
Ooh, this is Wes's favorite card.
It's true.
Temperance. Wait, is that better? Temperance. Yeah, so I'll let Wes talk about this because I am not, I've read about it and I haven't committed any of it to memory, and it is Wes's favorite card. So we'll have Wes talk about temperance. Here you go.
Hey everyone. So yeah, I love this card.
What's
I'll
the number?
pop it up again. It is number 14. Yeah. So major arcana card, kind of like in tarot, you've got the major and the minor. Major cards typically talk more about process and kind of what's going on in a bigger picture kind of ways. It can have more significance and more impact when considering stuff, I guess. Think of major arcana as kind of like a moving picture, where sometimes minor arcana can be like snapshots in terms of how you might be able to approach that stuff. So I don't know if that's helpful or relevant to anyone out there, but I'm just saying it. So Temperance, number 14 out of the series of 21. See, sometimes with tarot, if you do a lot of reading and do a lot of fun stuff with it, you kind of develop your own personal association with the card, and it's about the definition can be rooted in the foundation of what the kind of the historical symbolic meanings of the cards and people's interpretation, but eventually you kind of get your own take on things. And I say that because this card, I kind of have my own spin on it, and I don't know if it's necessarily going to match up or agree with what the books say, but it works for me. And when I'm doing readings for people, that's okay. It works for me, and tarot and I have an understanding in that sense. So that being said, for me, I think of this card as being like a Zen in motion kind of thing. There's a certain kind of a balance that's been achieved. There is this idea where when you don't think about it and you just kind of act on it, intuition might be the right word, but it's more than that. It's just kind of this, like a dance, like a flow that is continuous, and it's something that you just end up kind of doing without thinking. Once upon a time in my life, I waited tables a lot, and I guess as a reference, maybe this be an example that would work for people as far as trying to explain what I mean. There'd be periods of time where, like, when I was in the groove, when I was in the flow of things with work and working with people and running around and doing stuff, I just intuitively knew where to go and what to do, and there was just this effortless motion throughout the course of my shift or my day working with people, and I didn't have to think. It just kind of presented itself, and there was this really cool equilibrium or balance with me and my environment and my process, and I think that's kind of how I would encapsulate temperance. There is this place that you kind of can find yourself where, your mind is present, but it's not completely the entire thing. Your emotions are present, but it's part of this larger relationship that you're having. And if it's tapping into something spiritual, that might be a good way of looking at it. So I'll stop pontificating, and I guess for bringing it back down to a reading for the day. Today, if this resonates with you, think of Temperance as this card where, it's that lovely glow of feeling content and pleasant with the things that are going on in your life. If you're feeling flow, if you're feeling serene and calm, and there's just that kind of quiet, delicious feeling, then, and if that's something you're aspiring to achieve, perhaps this card today is saying, hey, make an effort to have this more present in your life. Think about this. What can you do? Can you meditate? Can you just be quiet? Is it just having 5 minutes alone by yourself? I don't know, however that manifests in your life and what it means, but there's something potentially very awesome and powerful and subtle in the just being present and kind of dialing into all the various cool elements in your life. I'll stop there. All right, everyone. I'm going to pass it over.
That's awesome for the favorite card.
Yeah.
Hi, Barb. Yay, you're here. Wonderful. While Wes was talking, I was reading a little bit, and now I understand more why it is his favorite card. And what made me realize that was just even the headline here, and I'm reading in the tarot coloring book from Teresa Reed, and she talks about temperance. And so also temperance is in the major arcana, so for people who are learning along with us, temperance can symbolize finding the middle way between extremes, seeking the center. Oh, Barb, as an aside, there's something I want to talk to you about later on today, so I'll probably give you a call. So temperance symbolizes finding the middle way between extremes, seeking the center. So that, to me, instantly, the Buddha popped into my mind, and that's, Wes kind of has his Buddha relationship, and Buddha is the middle path. And so I think that that's kind of why, you were talking about enlightenment and stuff like that. And I think that that's a big part of this card, and no wonder you love it, and it makes me love it a little bit more too, along with you. So kind of continuing down the line, this also points out that this card comes after the death card in the, in the way that the cards go. Death is before that, and death isn't death. Death is transformation. And so after the heels of the dramatic transformation that the death card offers, we come to Temperance, the card of moderation and balance. And this reminds me of how the pendulum swings kind of back and forth. At least in my life, I'll go one extreme and then possibly the other, and then find the middle way. And so that makes a really big sense for me. It makes a lot of sense. The angel, as you can see in here, is kind of let's see if I get a better view for you, is kind of transferring the water from cup to cup, and this symbolizes healing or blending. So this is also kind of testing things out, or like I love to say, run the experiment. And so if you see the angel there, look at the position. One foot is on the ground and the other's kind of dipping toes in the water. And that, to me, is running the experiment, giving things a try, testing out the waters. Let me see if there's anything else that I can see here that I want to talk. Well, there's nope, testing out the waters, going with the flow, finding the sweet spot, patience and calm, spiritual growth. That's what temperance is all about. So, but I think I'm falling in love with this card too now. So, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.